Hi everyone, this is Athar Mansoor from TRACS. In this video, I am going to review for you and analyze for you the recently signed Saudi Arabia-Pakistan Defense Pact. So I would request you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. There are many interesting playlists, including one on world affairs. So this Mutual Defense Pact defines that any attack on either nation would be considered as an attack on both. It has been seen as a key accord in the wake of Israel's recent attack or aggression in Qatar. A little bit about the history of relationship between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. Saudi Arabia has for long had close economic, religious, and security ties or relationship with Pakistan. It is one of the first countries to recognize Pakistan. It was one of the first after independence in 1947, and subsequently both the countries signed the Treaty of Friendship in 1951. It has even been reported that Saudi Arabia provided funding for Pakistan's nuclear weapons program, especially when it came under sanctions from the West and the US. As far as current pact is concerned, some say that Saudi Arabia could be included under Pakistan's nuclear umbrella due to mounting tensions over Iran's nuclear program. Viewers, this current pact marks the first major defense decision by any Gulf Arab country since the recent attack on Qatar by Israel. This is highly significant because Pakistan, which enjoys a very deep defense relationship with China, lacks a formal mutual defense pact with China. The timing seems to be a signal to Israel, which is suspected to be the only nuclear armed state in the Middle Eastern region, and which has unleashed a reign of terror in many parts of Middle East, including those of Iran, Lebanon, the Palestinian territories, Qatar, Syria, and Yemen, after the Hamas attack on October 7, 2023. The timing of the pact does suggest a link to the Israel's recent attack on Qatar, but you must keep in mind that these kind of complex agreements do not happen overnight, and it might take months or years, and the Israeli attack might have proved to be a trigger for signing of this pact. Mohammed bin Salman has been condemning Israel's actions in Gaza and openly said that it is committing a genocide in the Gaza Strip. The current pact was signed on 17th September 2025 between MBS and Shahbaz Sharif. It states that any aggression against either country shall be considered an aggression against both. It also says that the agreement aims to develop aspects of defense cooperation between the two countries and strengthen joint deterrence against any aggression. A senior Saudi official anonymously has told the Financial Times that Pakistan's nuclear protection was part of the deal, saying it will utilize all defensive and military means deemed necessary depending on the nature of depending on that specific threat. Zalmi Khalilzad, the former US diplomat who has a lot of experience of Pakistan and Afghanistan, has expressed concern and says that it comes at dangerous times. He has further stated that on X that Pakistan has nuclear weapons and delivery systems that can hit targets across the Middle East, including Israel, and it is also developing systems that can reach targets in the US. Because you must know Pakistan has a large number of nuclear warheads, almost 170 in comparison to 172 of India. So the relationship, military relationship or defense relationship between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan stretches back decades. And it is partly due to Pakistan's willingness to defend the Islamic holy sites in the city of Makkah and Medina. And Pakistani troops were first deployed in the late 1960s over Saudi Arabia's concerns about Egypt's war in Yemen. And bilateral ties between the two countries improved substantially and increased multiple times after Iran's 1979 revolution and Saudi Arabia's fears of a war with Iran. So India's reaction, as expected, is that India is saying that it will study the implications of this development for its regional security as well as for its national security as well as regional and global stability. At the same time, you must know that Saudi Arabia also enjoys close ties with India, and Modi has had at least 3 visits to Saudi Arabia in the last 10 years. Why is Saudi Arabia interested in Pakistan's program? So Saudi Arabia, as I have told you, is because of this military alliance and military association, which stretches back many decades, is interested in Pakistan, and Pakistan has been reciprocating and giving its, whenever required by Saudi Arabia, giving its support. In a book published by Brigadier Firoz Hassan Khan, the title of the book is Eating Grass, the Making of the Pakistani Bomb. He mentions that Saudi Arabia provided generous financial support to Pakistan that enabled the nuclear program to continue, especially in the wake of sanctions. How does the US tie in this picture? So Pakistan faced, as I've told you, sanctions over the pursuit of its nuclear weapons. And in 2007, a diplomatic cable published by WikiLeaks, it was in 2007, mentioned that American diplomats had noted that their Pakistani counterpart had discussed the idea of Saudi Arabia pursuing a nuclear weapons programs alongside Pakistan in order to be the physical protector in the Middle Eastern region. Biden has also been aggressive in terms of sanctions, and on 7 occasions, he has imposed sanctions targeting Pakistani individuals and firms over alleged ballistic missile development. Biden administration also publicly raised concerns over the range of missiles Pakistan was building and whether they could carry nuclear weapons as far as the US. So this current pact will create credibility problem in Washington. It won't reduce it because America has fears and apprehensions against Pakistan's military alliances and its nuclear program. Lastly, how does Iran tie in? So MBS has said that Saudi Arabia would pursue a nuclear weapon program if Iran had one. It already is believed to have a domestic ballistic missile program, Saudi Arabia, which can be a delivery system for a nuclear weapon. Although it is a member of Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, and which is called NPT, and it is not known to have moved toward acquiring nuclear weapons. But at the same time, I think the ambition might be there. Currently, Saudi Arabia and Iran are, after a Chinese mediated detente, have not gone into some kind of aggressive transactions, but still they have apprehensions against each other. So Pakistan now risks entanglement in Saudi Arabia's regional rivalries, particularly with its neighbor, Iran. Iran has talked to Saudi Arabia in terms of foreign ministers. Abbas has talked to Prince Faisal to discuss the pact, and let's see how does Saudi Arabia reduce any apprehensions on their part. Viewers, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more. Join TRACS.